If you're not answering God's call or His mandate over your life, whose call are you answering? Because the truth is, you may not be answering God's call or doing what God has asked you to do, but you're answering somebody else's call. Someone is calling, and you're responding to that. Who are you responding to? Who are you responding to? Many times we find ourselves doing things that God did not ask us to do, or, answering to other people's calls and mandates and requests that God did not even call us to. And then you find yourself burnt out, upset, just strung out. And you're like, who asked me to do this? The Lord says in His word that His yoke is easy and His burden is light. When you're answering God's call, it may seem as something so ginormous and gargantuan, but you have peace and He sees you through it. But when you're answering to the call of someone or something totally opposite of God, or that is not God, then that's when you find yourself in holes. You are not insured. When you're answering God's call, you are covered. You're insured. For example, Jonah, God asked him to go do something, go somewhere. He refused. And then he jumped on a boat and it started raining. And he ended up in the belly of the fish. Many of us are in the fish's belly right now because we chose to answer or not to answer God's call, to answer the call of our bosses, to answer the call of human demands, to answer the call of society demands. Our time on earth is limited. If you could see your life, if you could see how much more time you have left and you out here wasting it on doing the opposite of what God asked you to do, you would know that, do over. So I'm just charging you today that as this is Friday, you have the weekend ahead of you, Monday's coming. The peace of the Lord that passeth all understanding comes with you doing God's work or comes with you doing God's will. You don't have to be a pastor. Who asked you to be a pastor? But some people don't want to serve God, or they don't want to put 100% in for God because you think I'm going to lose, you're going to lose the life that you have now. That is the whole point. The whole point is to get a better life. When you're with God, when you're answering God's call, when you're doing God's mandate, fulfilling His mandate, you are living a better life. Paul said, for me, to live is Christ and to die is gain. I want to die to my old self. I want to die to the things that make me a human being. And I want to walk in a higher calling so that I'm fully dependent on God. And I am not stressed out by fulfilling, what human beings are expecting of me. I am not stressed out by fulfilling the desires of this world or the demands of this world. No, I'm not stressed out by that. I don't want that. I want a higher calling. I want to see God face to face. You should want that too, because that's why Jesus Christ died. So that you're not out here carrying heavy burdens and carrying hard burdens and heavy yokes. Remember, my yoke is easy and my burden is light. But anything opposite of that is heavy and it's hard. God bless you.